Hey everyone, and welcome to another video on the channel. We are playing Europa Universalis 4. And if you're like, what is Europa Universalis 4? Here's your thing it says on the Steam page. It says Europa Universalis 4 gives you control of a nation through 4 dramatic centuries, rule your land, and dominate the world of unparalleled freedom, depth, and historical accuracy. Write a new history of the world and build an empire for the ages. And there's more on here, but I just wanted to read you that. But anyways, let's just get on with the video. So here's this stream. You have your options. Here's your game options. Decent amount of things in here. Now, this seems like an epic strategy game. It seems like one of those, I want to say, epic strategy games. And it seems like there's lots of depth, lots to do, lots involved, lots in it, and there's just a lot to be had. So if you like one of those games, this may be for you then. Here's credits if you want to see credits right away. I don't know, this is my type of game because I don't know if these types of games are my forte. But yeah, I guess we're playing it though to try it out. Okay. Yeah, so we definitely want to do a tutorial. There's a single player. There's diamonds. Oh, what in the world? Oh, okay. Sure, whatever. Sorry, my bad for that. I just pressed back and for some reason I guess it tits me out of the game or something. That's interesting and or weird why it does that. Anyways, hopefully soon enough, it's okay, very thankfully. Summer back that was weird. I was pressed the bat, I want to say, and then it just tits me out. So that's interesting. Yes, that's an interesting mechanic. But yeah, so hopefully, just that's all good and all. But yeah, now we are back to the actual game. We can see it again. So let's just get back to it. There's multiplayer, but we're doing the tutorial. Part of this tutorial, we go through the basics of how to control the game camera, game speed, controlling units, production of basic diplomacy. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do it. Actually, it does seem too low. It just seems to be a lot here, a lot available, a lot open, a lot to explore. So like I said, it's interesting and neat and all. But I don't know what's the name for me. It might be oh too much. Maybe it's overwhelming or whatever. Yeesh. To minimize this interface at any time by clicking the minimize button to show it, then simply click the maximize button. To any time, pause the game by pressing the spacebar button or by clicking the time control interface. You can speed up or slow down the game by using the time control interface or pressing the plus button or minus button on your keyboard. Unpause day like the 1st of January. Okay. When you pause Universalis IV, you can keep playing by issuing orders and taking control of the situation. In peacetime, you may want to speed up time, while in wartime, you may want to slow down or pause the game to give the conflict your full attention. You can use your mouse pointer to move the camera by moving it to either the top, bottom, left, or right sides of the game screen. You can also use the arrow keys on your keyboard or do it by holding the mouse scroll wheel and moving the mouse. If you click the minimap at the lower right corner of the screen, you will move the camera to the location of the world. Is this how much in the world more I can discover? Oh my gosh. Man, this is insane. You often need to change or resume to get better view of the world and what is going on in other parts of it. You can zoom out by using the scroll wheel or on your mouse, or by clicking the zoom. Sorry. Or by using the zoom out button located near the mini map in the bottom right corner of the screen. And I have taken I got some sleep, maybe call a nap of a few hours or what have you, since my last video, so hopefully it'll be doing better now. But yeah, you must zoom out so you can see all of Europe. Okay, now I must update. Now I'll try zooming in. Zoom. Oh my gosh, look how in depth you can go. Wow. Let's see if you understood how you can use the camera. Try finding a certain province by moving the camera and zooming in and out. Move follow the arrow until you find the province. When you find the province, the arrow will snap and point down towards it. Left to continue. So let's continue. You now learn how to control the camera. In the next chapter, you learn about controlling armies and fleets. As this tutorial is nice and all, still know if it's for me. It still might be too much overwhelming or so, but yeah. Rebels have taken over the province of Pale. You must defeat them. Select the army located stationed in the London province by clicking on it or holding the left mouse button and dragging the selection bots over the army. Select the Royal Army located London to continue. Well, that was a pretty smooth transition, I guess. I'm already in the next thing. That's neat. Now that you have selected the army, right-click on any province to move it there. To go to the Pale, you first need to go to that thing. I said that thing name. Dwen need. Have the army selected and right-click to Dwen need. Then unpause the name so units move there. Oh, yeah, unpause the game. You need to transport your army to Pale by boat. Click attach the transport button to load the army to the ship's Dwendid's port. When the transport ship that has units attached to it leaves the harbor, the units will be embarked on the ships. Select your army and click okay. Attach the transport. Select the Royal Navy located in the Dwendid port. Select the Royal Navy. Oh, okay. Send your fleet to the Irish Sea province to continue. Can move your fleet right click the Irish Sea province. Once your fleet moves out of the port, attached units will be embarked on the ships. Okay. Disembark your troops. Have the fleet selected and click the transport button to select your army. Other army is selected. Right click on the Pale province where the rebels are to order your troop to disembark. I guess we're walking across the water now. Interesting. Your army is now fighting the rebels in Pale. When the battle is over, you have to besiege the province because it has been taken over by the rebels. A battle window will appear whenever you have selected an army that is engaged in battle. Pause the name to defeat the rebels to continue. You have defeated the rebels on the battlefield, but the city still owns the rebels until your army is besieged in Pale, and it takes some time before the defenders will surrender. The time it takes to perform certain actions such as sieging has been reduced in the tutorial. During a regular day, things may take longer. Return Pale to continue. Victory! You have defeated the rebels and recaptured Pale. You have been completing chapter 2 of the tutorial. In the next chapter, you will learn about production. In this chapter, you will learn... Man, that is a really smooth transition. I like that. In this chapter, you will learn about recruiting regiments, building ships, and constructing buildings. All production takes place in your province. Excuse me. To London, each province is different and has different economic or military value depending on such things as base tats, trade power, strategic locations, or what type of trade goods they produce. You will learn more about these values later. Provinces are where all unit production takes place. You can recruit regiments, build ships, and hire mercenaries. Armies consist of regiments that can be of 3 different types: infantry, cavalry, or artillery. Each regiment has 1,000 soldiers. In the recruit regiment window, you will see a list of all units available for recruitment. Recruiting a regiment will cost you 1,000 manpower in addition to ducats. Manpower is an important resource that regenerates over time. Without sufficient manpower, you cannot train new armies or reinforce existing ones. You can see your manpower in the top left corner on the screen. Manpower. Recruiting regiment in London to continue. Okay. You can... You can build ships by selecting a coastal province and clicking the build ship button. There are 4 different types of ships: heavy ships, light ships, galleys, and transports. Go back to the province view and click the build ship button. Click the build ship. Man, okay, here it is. Heavy ships are large warships that excel in combat. Light ships are faster ships that are mainly used to protect your trade, but are also useful for exploration. Galleys are cheaper warships that should be used in inland areas, inland seas. Lastly, there are also transport ships to ferry your troops over water. Building a ship in London to continue. Let's build I'm assuming a heavy ship. Buildings to be constructed to make improvements to provinces. Improvements to vary from increased tax income to more powerful forts to increase trade. Constructing buildings is vital for strengthening your economic and military power. Their buildings are categorized in different categories. According to their use, some buildings within the same territory will replace others and are marked by yellow arrows, while others, such as the university, can be built independently of the others. Construct Indian building in London to continue. Excuse me. There are two different TUs for production in our province. The unit TU allows you to either build a ship or recruit a regiment. You can also TU buildings. The building TU allows you to either construct a building, make tour, to convert religion, or change culture. Each of the two TUs can do one thing simultaneously. As an empire grows larger, it becomes more difficult to manage. The production interface will help you with constructing larger amounts of buildings or training troops. Selecting a building from the list will update the map mode of information regarding where you would get the most benefit. Click the production interface button to continue. Select a unit from the list and then click on the map to start production. You can either click directly on the map or click the plus icon. Clicking the province more than once would queue the ship or unit. Select recruit 5 regiments. That's right? No? Recruit regiments. Certainly. Select a unit from the list, but let me click recruit 5. And recruit 5 regiments to continue. Oh. Maybe my name was paused. Okay, it's into chapter 3. Production, and the next chapter you'll learn about war, which may be the most fun part of the game people probably like, maybe. And when you declare war on a target, you want to have a Celsius belly on them. If you don't have a Celsius belly or justification for war, you will suffer a defense from declaring war on them. If you right click the Leinster province, you know to declare war button. When you click on it, you will see that you only have the option of no Celsius belly. Then you will see that you only have the option of okay. Man, there are so many things. It's kind of insane. Okay, if you right click the Leinster province, you right click. I'm right clicking it. Don't see. Also declare war button. When you click on that, you will see that you only have the option. Is this where I would see it? Declare war. Yeah, no Celsius belly. We have no valid reason to attack them. Fortunately, your nation has a tour in the Leinster province, which will grant you a Celsius belly to take it. However, like many other elements of the game, the Celsius belly will be updated after running the game a few in-game days. Unpause the game for a few days and select the Leinster province and select diplomacy and select declare war. Select the Tantrust Celsius belly of take Leinster as war goal and select declare war. Okay. Declaring this war. Move troops into the Leinster province to endanger the army. You must also besiege and occupy their province before you can continue. If you want to bring out your troops, you will have to ferry them over and merge them into one army. Remember to unpause the game defeat. Are they moving over here or what? Maybe trips into Leinster Proud. Are you moving or what? Hello? Oh, it was paused? Dumble? Okay. Right. Okay. Finish the timeline of my game. The demand tribute in a peace deal may require you to have a certain amount of war stores. The war door reduces the war store cost of that province of 50% having a claim. Any province reduces the cost of diplomatic relation power of 50%. Click the Leinster province and click diplomacy and let's sue for peace. Right, done pausing. Store province. I wasn't able to make. I didn't see where the Tassia's belly was a wardle. But this doesn't much a tool game, but man, there's just maybe too much here. Let's sue for peace. That's the option I'd like to offer peace deal to your enemy. We negotiate on behalf of our entire alliance and our Dutch name for their entire alliance. Deal will establish a truce until, well, white peace. Not everybody would Daniel lose anything. Okay. Am I doing it or what? Okay. When a war ends, your two nations will have a truce, unless you annex them, because they no longer exist. You can see which countries you have a truce with and where they are when they expire by hovering the mouse over the truce alert. Whatever that is. Attacking someone who you have a truce with will incur a severe penalty to stability and is not recommended. So if you can do it. Oh, maybe right there. So this includes the basic tutorial for Universalis IV. You can play the tutorial anytime if you wish to do so. Play the events Demon part or find out more about Universalis IV feature in the Spanish Empire Beginner campaign. I sure you want to resign. Yeah, yes. Man, once again, it does that type of thing. Don't know why, it just doesn't allow me to go there without, like, you know, weird thing and take me out of the game or so, and then OBS can't see, I guess, then. So much interesting thing, I don't know why it does that, my bad. Weird, but I guess that's what it does. Yeah, I mean, it seems like, I mean, if only I mean, it seems like one of those, like, tool games, you know, there's a lot to it and all, but I just don't think that's, I just don't think it's for me. But there seems to be a lot here, though, if you are into that. But for the last little bit, let's just maybe try and do a little bit of the campaign, and hopefully I'm not a bumbling fool. And what's the latest date I can do? Or 1900s? Wow. That just seems to have... modern's the word, but 1821. I guess all of them are interesting choices during this period. Let's do Great Britain. King George von Hanover. That's about 100 years. Oh. This has an update or something. No, wait. Oh, yes, it did, but now it's King George IV of von Hanover. Okay. Jimmy Snappy earned this session. I am Mr. Players to deserve more challenging, that's simply low, and everything's so badly for the nation. It's no more saves, not optional, and frequent auto saving. Not use tonsil cheats, not switch countries. I also don't know how much my computer lights sustain. Maybe it isn't running the best to tell. At the dawn of the age of revolutions, the great colonial empires looked as stable as ever. However, the seeds of destruction are planted, and the people of the Americas have begun to yearn for independence. The Queen Empire, born last century, has strengthened its hold over East Asia. Expanding borders of China even farther than Ming influence ever reached. In India, the Mughal Empire has reached its widest extent, but in order to do so, Aurangzeb has seriously overextended its resources, while giving influential administrators a clarity of autonomy that the imperial system can easily handle. In Europe, the era of absolutism has left the continent dominated by strong, hungry, and militaristic states. Within a century, some of these kingdoms will spend great resources tearing each other apart, while the weaker ones, such as Sweden or Poland, left by the wayside. Having a much greater threat will, in time, reveal itself from within as a hurdled masses that embrace the revolutionary ideals. No monarch, however enlightened, will be safe. The Protestant spawns once tapped. Okay. Or monarchies. Environment. First of January to 3rd January 1821. Obtained and battled in a brief war with the Spanish succession. Our armies were triumphant. An important event of the war was the Battle of Maltaplet, where the British forces led by John Churchill, I don't know if he's related to Winston Churchill, one of that's his, like, great-grandfather or something, attacked Claude de Villars and his French forces. The 110,000 men strong British army suffered some losses, and the 90,080 French defenders suffered some losses. In the 1st January 1710, infidels embraced the one true faith, infidels embraced the one true. Oh my gosh, there's a lot there. But anyways, I'm gonna end the video though. Thanks for watching if you watched. Thanks for watching all the way through if you watched. Hope you enjoyed, hope you found it entertaining, hope I did something from the video to show you if you want the game or not. But yeah, just thank you and have a great day. Bye bye for now.